unfortunate layout of the screen. Oh, we're live.
What's the unfortunate layout of the screen? It reveals something.
Your face is obscured by the effect logo.
That's okay. That's no problem. I'll just move you up there. Bam!
Oh,
I'll just move you up there. Hello, everybody. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's not share the screen for a moment. Let's just say hello to everybody. Here.
oh, you've broken your microphone.
Oh, you've gone mute.
Yeah.
The shadows.
No.
So
The shadow has struck once more, and somebody's
we
been
heard
afflicted.
a slight click, and then you lost your sound. So almost like a plug came out, Matt. That's what it sounded like, wasn't it?
Oh, no, there you go.
Yeah.
Am I back?
Ah,
Yes,
you
you're
are.
back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the last thing I need. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch out for that one then.
Yep.
Since I'm going to record this weekend.
Yep.
So yeah, hello. I'm Matthew. I'm the host of the What's It podcast, whatever podcast we're on, and this is this over here is Paul.
Hello. Welcome to the second part of the one shot, Marsh Bell, where last week we found our heroes had been hired by Gloin to find his cousin Balin, who was delivering a present from King Dane to the Lord of the Eagles, and had gone missing. And one of the ravens of Erebor had searched for them and unsuccessfully come back, given warning, and we'd all you'd basically been sent south. You travelled, spent a night at the south part of the Long Lake with some lakemen, and then travelled down the stair of Gideon, which is a portage, and then into along the river running and into Mirkwood itself, hunting out for signs and of passage of the two dwarfs you are tracking. You eventually, after a number of days, come across a camp that is still set up. No boat, no dwarfs, but all their other equipment. So their camping equipment, their tents, their bedroll, and their campfire. None's been lit. None of the beds have been used, and you also found the present that was good to be presented to the Lord of the Eagles, which was a very impressive gemstone. Investigating where the boat could have been, I believe it was it Johan and Dor? No, Johan and Ain.
Yep.
Yeah, Johan and Ain had basically discovered the section of the island that you're on in the middle of this marshland. You then Ain noticed some strange lights in the marshes, slowly floating sort of like towards you, and then out of the center of this almost circular underwater lights burst this troll. So if people want to very, very quickly introduce their characters, we will then jump straight into combat.
Do you want to go first, Mohammed?
Okay, thank you. I'm Ilva. She's a hobbit from the Shire. And last time she couldn't resist the beauty of the gemstone, and she got a 3 points of shadow. Let's see what she will do.
What about
Thomas?
you,
Oh, Dave.
Dave?
Dave, dwarf small hammer, dwarf of the Lonely Mountain, a warden by his calling. However, he too has discovered this precious gem of one of his kinfolk that's been left at the camp, and they're not quite taken by the shadow as much as the little halfling. He's rather jealously guarding this little gem at the moment, and possibly unaware of the impending peril of his two fellow adventurers.
And tell us about that impending peril and who you are, Thomas.
So I'm playing Johann Tofting, a member of the Bardings, so a member of King Bard's kingdom. And we're being attacked by a troll, which, is not at all terrifying.
Cool. And I am Ain Arneson. This is indeed Arneson's company. Did we not work that out before? I am now. I'm a Bjorning, aren't I? I'm a
Bjorning, yes.
which is not a culture from the core book, but from the Wilderlands
original One Ring, and also the people of the Wilderland.
Yeah. Excellent. So, we're getting into combat then, are we?
Yes. So, obviously, Dorf and Ilva are effectively going to be starting in rearward. So I will move you into rearward, even though you're not able to act this round, because all you've heard is a mighty roar. You're not very far away. It's only maybe like 20 foot maximum away, but you're going to be a little, so you're not going to be able to act this round. But I will ask Ain and Johan in what stance you want to be in.
Well, if you remember, I think I had said as these lights approached that I was unsheathing. No, not unsheathing my sword, because I don't carry a sword, do I?
No.
I carry an axe.
You have a huge axe.
And that's the other thing I need for this game. I need my character sheet. But I am immediately ready to attack. What are the choice of stances in this game?
The choices of stances are basically, because the way that One Ring does combat is a little bit abstract. You have a decision on how you are fighting. There is forward, which is basically right in the enemy's faces. You're wanting to literally, you're at them. You want to basically batter them. You're more interested in hurting them than them hurting you. Offense is the best defense sort of thing. Or on the other hand, you've got defensive, where you're basically being very shields up or very cagey and more dodgy and trying to get a good hit in occasionally. Or you've got open, which is sort of in the middle.
Yeah, I think I'm there, ready to attack. So I feel that's part of my spirit. So I'm in that attack stance.
So you're going to go to forward.
Forward stance, yeah.
Johan?
I have my shield and sword ready, so I will be in open stance. Thank you.
In open. Okay. So the way that the initiative sort of works in this game is you go via stances. So forward goes first, then open, then defensive, then rearward, and then the bad guys.
Cool.
Simple as that. So,
so if there were two of us in the forward stance, who'd go first? We just choose between ourselves?
You choose.
Cool.
or I just randomly pick someone. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. There's no hard and fast rule. It could be whatever. You know, if you reckon that if you went first rather than Johan, you could do something that would help Johan, or do you know what I mean? It's there is no hard and fast rule.
Yeah. Right. So combat. My great skill is axes.
Yes. So if you look on your character sheet, there is a great axe, which has to the left of it, you've got a D12 dice. If you click that one,
hold on, I'm not seeing. Oh, right, yes, yeah, got
actually,
it there.
just bear with me a second. Actually, if you click on the troll.
Hold on a second. Back on the map here. I click on that troll.
If you click
there.
on the troll, and then you hit the I'm experimenting this. If you hit the symbol that looks like a target.
Right. So I've clicked on the troll there.
And then on your character sheet, click up.
And then there's a target there. I click there.
Yeah. If you click that, it should automatically put in your. All right. Choose the target. Click on the token. So yeah, click on the troll then.
Now click on the troll. Okay.
And then
now I'm going to add.
You've automatically got one bonus dice because you're in forward.
All right.
If you wish to add another, you can spend a point of hope and you get another bonus dice. But again,
well, now you see, I am furious. That is my blessing. All attacks and protection rolls are favored when. Oh, that's wounded. But I am also fierce. So
fierce.
If I were
now,
to click. If I were to spend a point of hope, would I get 2 more?
No, you wouldn't. You don't get. You can't get inspired in combat. There's certain cultural blessings and cultural things that let you do that. But the distinctive features, or what they called, distinctive features only affect non-combat skills.
Right. Okay. So I will. I'm still going to spend a point of hope. So I'm putting this up to 2.
It's still +1 dice.
And sorry.
Click submit, and then that should automatically, hopefully, pop up. Which if you
and I'm on chat now. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Yep.
So
hold
on.
So you've got a pretty good hit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. So that is a piercing blow.
Unpack this for new players.
Got no 6. Sorry.
Unpack this for new players. I've got a piercing blow because.
Okay. When you roll the dice, if you get on the feet dice, which is the red box to the left, if you get a 10 or a Gandalf, you get a piercing blow. That's
excellent.
A standard. Certain other weapons give you piercing blows for lower numbers. Depending, but that's the base. Is a 10 or a Gandalf, you get a piercing blow. Now, when you get a piercing blow, that's a potential wound on the creature you're attacking. And what they do is they have to make what they call a protection test. In other words, see if their armor basically saves them. A bit like the example that would be when Frodo got speared in Moria. Basically, he got speared in Moria, which is a potential piercing blow, but his mithril chain shirt protected him, and so he didn't get wounded. It wasn't as bad as it thought. So what I have to do is I have to roll the armor of the creature, and it's going to spend a point of hate because it doesn't want to be wounded. And it has an ability that it gets +2 dice on protection rolls if it spends a point of hate. So it's going to do that. The injury rating of your weapon. So your injury rating of your weapon is 20, which means that's the score that I need to roll on my armor to not be wounded. Different weapons have different injury ratings, basically. 20 is about the upper limit. So I type in 20 there. Click on the submit, bonus dice 2, click on submit, and that failed. So you can actually see that I rolled a 2, a 1, a 3, a 1, and a 2, and a 2, which was pretty bad, which means he has been wounded. So where do I put his wounds? There's nowhere to put his wounds on here. Okay, put it in the. Okay, so he has been wounded. You bring in your massive axe, you hack into its side. It roars in agony as the black sort of like blood billows out of its chest. Obviously, it did not like that.
I do not like him.
Huzzah! Okay, so that was, and you also do the damage. You've got a damage of 7. So you also do 7 damage. That reduces his endurance by 7, basically. So
now I'm dual-handed, which I had +1 damage inflicted on heavy blow. Bracket
heavy
7.
blows. Now, to get a heavy blow, you need to roll a 6 on your success dice.
On one of my success dice. Okay.
One of your success dice, and you didn't roll any 6s. Yeah. No. So if you had done, you'd have done what if you'd roll a 6, you've got you've got a number of different options. But with an axe, the only option is to do more damage. Okay. So what you could potentially do is if you rolled a 6, you do your strength in additional damage, but because you are dour-handed, you do your strength plus 1. Yeah, so in other words, you're doing 7 damage each 6 that you rolled. So if you rolled 4 6s, that would be 28 additional. Yeah,
cool. Well, that will be my intention going forward.
Yes, going forward, which is why it's worthwhile rolling extra dice. Okay, so that was your attack. That was a very successful start. Joanne.
I will leap forward into attack, holding my shield high because it's a freaking troll, and stab it with my sword. I will spend a hope point to do so. And it's just a standard attack. I don't get any bonus dice, obviously, as a result of taking open stance. That's a success.
So that's 5 damage.
It's just 5 damage. Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, there's no 6s. So with swords, if you get a 6, you've got the possibility of increasing your feat dice by 1. So each 6. So say for instance, Johan had rolled 2 6s. He had the option either adding his strength, which would be 5. He could do an extra 10 damage, or he could add 2 to his feat dice, which would knock it up.
Which would make that a piercing blow.
Which would make it a piercing blow. That's the advantage of swords. But swords, as you can see, the injury rating is 16, so it's less chance of that blow if it does. But it's got more chance of increasing it. And spears are even better at doing that. You get +2 per 6 for a spear. But it might be +3. I can't remember. I'd have to check. But nobody's got a spear, so it makes no difference. But
nobody played it.
It's like it gives you a tactical. There's a choice for doing, depending on which weapon you use. So each weapons do different things basically. Okay, so him. So he's going to attack you both.
The others. So he goes.
The others are basically. The others hear a commotion going on and get the opportunity to basically charge over, but they're not able to do anything this round.
Right. So they've got to be at least in defensive position.
They could be in rearward and pull out. And I think Ilva might well be staying in rearward, but there's a few trees in the way. She has to get into a better position to be able to do something. So effectively, it's a surprise round for them, sort of thing. They're just a little bit out of the combat.
Cool.
Don't worry, Ian. We'll come and save you. Don't worry.
Yep.
Of course you will. You're part of Aiden's company.
You're doing so badly by yourself anyway, you need the backup.
Okay, so he's going to basically claw Ain. Claw a bonus dice, I get. Oh, that does actually work. Awesome. So I get a bonus, plus 1 bonus dice to hit you because you're in forward, you're easier to hit. So let's see what he does. Oh, that's a piercing blow.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 5 damage straight off.
Okay.
So you take 5 off your endurance.
Right, just need to remember where my endurance is in this
So
game.
on your
Endurance
character
5.
sheet,
Yeah, there we go.
it's the current endurance you knock down by 5.
Down to
Yep,
23.
Yep. It always
And
goes
then
down in this game.
my
And then
armor,
you'll need to make a piercing blow. Again, you can spend hope on this if you wish.
So what am I rolling on the dice roller?
Okay, so if you look on the bottom right-hand corner of your character
Oh,
sheet,
I got protection of 4.
you got 4, so you'll be rolling 4 dice. Now you need to get a 16, so you'll be rolling 4d6 plus a d12. It's up to you if you want to spend hope on it. Otherwise, you potentially might be wounded.
I hope he doesn't hit me. I'm going to spend a point of hope. So I'm
okay. So if
do
you
I have
that,
to check the protection box?
I honestly don't know. No. I think that's for. I think that's for favored. I think. So yeah, just click the actual. It should then pop up with a injury rating, which is 16.
16. I tap in there.
Yep. Click on submit,
that,
and then
bonus
dice is 1.
1 bonus dice. Submit.
Yep. Come on.
Oh!
Cool.
I like this game.
So he comes in with a massive blow and with claws. And unlike with your blow, your armor protects you. Unlike unlike him, where he's got that massive gash. So that was against you, and then he does another claw against.
Can I ask? Do I get any bonus for it being a great feat success?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't give you any
protection rolls.
It's just not on protection rolls. It just means that you definitely didn't get wounded, which is the thing you really do not want to be. In this game, you can take a wound. Wounded. The only effect it sort of has in the game is it takes you a number of days to heal a wound. It slows down your endurance recovery dramatically.
Right.
You get all your endurance back after a long rest, basically. So, like after a night's sleep, you'll get all your endurance back, or you'll get a significant amount back after a short rest. If you are wounded, you get no endurance back from a short rest, and you only get a little bit of endurance back from a long rest if you're wounded. So wounded is bad. If you're wounded a second time, you are dying.
Oh, great. Okay, let's move on, shall we?
So
I think you said the troll was about to attack my friend here.
Yes, the troll attempts to bite. Attempts to claw Johan.
So and I'm noticing here the troll's getting 2 attacks. Is that because there are 2 of us? Or just
now,
2 attacks anyway?
Certain tough creatures that they have a thing called a might rating, and their might rating is the number of attacks they get around, basically, and it also is the number of effectively wounds they can take before they fall over. So this has got a might of 2, so it can take 2 wounds.
Take 2 of us on, over. And it can take 2 wounds.
Take 2 wounds. Yeah. Right. So let me just roll that. Claw, bonus dice. That's right. What is your parry, Johan? For some reason, it didn't work when I clicked. Oh, you're on mute. I can.
Sorry, it's 18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, so it needs to get 18 to hit you, and it missed.
Yes.
It got a
My
13 in
shield.
total. Your shield, obviously, it claws sort of like aim, knocks him back a few steps, and claws into your shield, and it like you feel it sort of like numb your arm with the powerful sort of like blow. Right, so that is the end of that round. You can change stance if you wish. If anybody wishes to change stance. And then I also ask, where does Dorf and Ilva want to come in?
I will keep a ranged one, so I guess rearward
Okay, so
will be better.
you will stay at rearward. And Dorf, what are you doing?
If I run into forward position,
Yeah, you can
with
run
my
straight into forward if you want.
Yeah, I shall do that and stand side by side with Ian, and obviously when the time comes, swing my keen mattock at his face. The troll's face, that is, obviously not Ian's.
Obviously.
No, my face is far too good looking.
Absolutely. We don't want to mar those beautiful looks.
No.
Paul.
Yes.
Sorry. Is it okay if I just very quickly give the combat task overview? Because I'm thinking the combat task. Because I'm actually thinking of flipping my character to defensive.
Okay. Yes. That's fine.
Open. Actually, I might leave it at open and do Rally Comrade just to showcase how that works.
Yes, that's
okay.
Cool. There is other things that you can do in the different stances. I forget about them. I apologise. Yes. Please go ahead.
In my group, we use them heavily. As a matter of fact, our halfling is the most effective Rally Comrades person in the party and is always rallying the comrades. Okay, so whilst you can attack in any of these stances, you also, and there are certain virtues that allow you to do it as your secondary action, not your primary, but we don't have that, I don't think.
No.
We all can do a combat task in association with our stance. So those combat tasks are Intimidate Foe for forward, Rally Comrade for open, Protect Comrade for defensive, and Prepare Shot for rearward. The way they work is, so Intimidate Foe, you can roll your ore instead of launching a direct assault to intimidate your foe and reduce their hate and their effectiveness as an attacker.
So just jumping in, hate is the evil version of hope.
Yes, I gathered that from.
So the troll used it to enhance his defensive role a second ago,
and also we could use it to enhance his attacks as well.
Yeah, Rally Comrade allows the person who's I roll in Hearten, and if I'm successful, I grant bonus dice to other people's attacks. So I don't launch an attack; I cheer on my fellow troopers, and they get bonuses to their attack dice. Protect Comrade.
It's people in forward stance.
No,
well,
it depends on the number
you
of successes.
can, depending on how successful you are, you can do all stances. Yeah.
Yes.
As a default, it's forward. Yeah.
This is one thing of rallying comrades, because I can give you both a bonus dice, which I think will be more effective than me actually attacking. Protect Comrade, which literally is what it sounds like. So you basically step in front of someone else and block with your shield and give them bonuses to their defensive roll, reducing the attack dice of their adversary. And then finally rearward, which basically means you get a bonus to your next attack. So you basically line up and shoot around to the next. Because bows are pretty...
You're using scan to do that, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and bows are pretty ineffective. Like, they're not the world's greatest weapon.
No.
So that's just to mention that those are additional tasks that you can undertake. The question I have for you, Paul, is... will you allow me to do Rally Comrade before the forward attacks occur?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to Rally Comrades, which means I make an Enhearten roll, and depending on the number of successes, you will gain a bonus dice each when you launch your attacks. And I'm favoured in it, which is part of the reason why I thought of it.
One of the reasons I set up characters to...
And I'll spend a hope point.
And then forget about them.
Great success!
Great. Yes.
Hey!
Nice one. So that is...
the doesn't really matter actually because I'm the only person in open stance and I'm
Yes.
I'm launching
So
an
in other
attack.
words, everyone in forward stance gets 1d on their next attacks, and everyone in open also. But there's only one person in open. But
And he's
if you got
rallying.
2 successes, it'd be everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone. Everyone in close combat,
Everyone in
not
close combat,
rearward.
not rearward. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So you got nothing extra for getting the Gandalf, but you
Gandalf is an automatic success.
Yeah, but nothing extra for that.
No.
And then you got the 6 there, which means that were there anybody alongside you in open, they'd also get an extra dice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it's the superpower in my group. It's the superpower of the halfling because they've got Enhearten 4 now, so they just do it in every fight. It's devastating.
Cool.
Okay. That's my action. You both get a bonus dice for free. No need to spend hope on that. You can
Who
spend
wants to
hope.
go first?
Well, since he's rushed all the way over here, I'll let Dwarf go first.
Okay, so Dorf.
Very good. Yes, he basically runs screaming into combat. Doesn't
With his
sort of
mattock.
break his stride on seeing the massive troll just bursting out of the water and gives it a good old whack.
Okay, so on your character sheet, you've got a mattock. So if you look at you've got the one that looks like a D12 and the other one that looks like a little bit of a target.
So if I click on the target thing,
target one, and then click on the troll.
Want to roll 20, click on the troll.
Now, what that should do is it should give you 1 bonus dice currently listed. Now, that will automatically go up to 2 because of Johann's cry to make everyone better. If you wish to spend a point of hope, it'll go up to +3. Your call.
Do. Yeah, I shall do that. I'll mark my hope off my
you are built to spend hope because I think
yes.
your ability is confidence, which gives you +2 hope.
Yeah. Right, we'll click on submit.
Okay, so that is a great success with your mattock.
Hang on. Great successes. What does that give me then?
So that gives you a feat dice.
It gives an additional amount of damage equal to your strength.
All right. So
your strength is 5. Yep. So you do a base damage of 7. So you've done a total damage of 12.
Excellent. And
so
potentially
I've got to knock
blow as well. Is that right?
It wasn't a piercing blow.
Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry. No, you're right.
No, you only rolled a 5 on the feat dice.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
But if it got a 9 on his.
Yes, because I have a keen weapon, which lowers the threshold for a piercing blow.
So you've got a keen, you've got a keen mattock. Cool. Aim.
Right. Well, I'm going to thwack him with my axe. I was rather hoping the dwarf would take him down gloriously, but
trolls are quite tough.
Well, so am I. So I think I am going to go right here and hold on, hit him with my great axe, and then it's going to ask me who I want to hit, and I say this troll here.
Yep.
And then I've got 1 bonus dice for being in forward. I've got a second bonus dice.
Bonus dice for
the encouragement.
And you can have another bonus dice if you want to spend a hope. Your call.
I'm spending that hope because I'm that sort of crazy guy. Yep. And I kind of hope to win.
Yep.
So let's whack that out there.
Oh, yes.
A great success.
Good one.
That's another great success. Okay,
not a piercing blow, but
not a piercing blow, unfortunately.
A 6 there, so that's plus my strength.
Yes, so your strength +1 because you are dour-handed.
Because I'm dual-handed, which would be 7. So that's 14 points of damage.
14 damage. Okay, again, the troll yells. Okay. It like staggers back and looking a little like confused. But as everyone has gone, it's raises its meaty fists and smacks the two people in front of him. So,
Isn't me?
oh, sorry, Ilva. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yes, Ilva, you get to shoot it.
Okay. I will do a task for prepare shot, if possible.
Now, if you prepare shot, that's your action for the round.
Okay, because I have. Oh, for the next round. It means for the next round.
So it means it will give you a bonus for your shot next round.
Okay.
Or you can just shoot now with a bonus with and spend hope if you wish. It's up to you which you wish to do.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'll use 1 point of hope.
Yep, you're a hobbit. You have loads.
Oh.
Woof!
Extraordinary success.
Extraordinary
Wow.
success. Okay, so that again does your strength in damage, or let me just check for bows. Do special damage. You can attempt a piercing blow, which gives you +2 for each. But so that would be a total +4, which unfortunately knocks you up to 9, which isn't a 10. So it adding the
arrows aren't better at
piercing
blows.
They are. They get +2, 2 per
Anyway.
6, basically.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah.
You still need to get a 10, but
Okay.
So
add your
adding 4
strength.
onto 5 wouldn't give you a piercing blow. So you might as well just do with the additional damage. So your additional damage for each shot is 4. So that's an additional 8 damage onto your 3, which is 11.
Not
That
bad.
reduces the troll to 0 endurance. Now,
Go on, Ilva.
Trolls have an ability called hideous toughness. When an attack inflicts damage to the creature that would cause it to go to 0 endurance, it causes a piercing blow instead. Okay.
Ah.
If the creature is alive, it returns to full endurance. So
Piercing blow, though. Piercing blow.
It's a piercing blow. The difficulty
Second
is
piercing
14.
blow.
Second piercing blow. It's going to spend a point of hate to basically not
Withstand
fall
it.
over. But knowing my dice rolls at the moment, it will. So the injury rating of your bow is 14. It's got bonus dice of 2. That is a extraordinary success. I got 30 in total. So the arrow hits it. It sort of staggers back, but it sort of like it growls, shakes its head, and sort of like it seems a little bit reinvigorated. It's back up to its full endurance, which is lower than normal. But okay, so it's go now. It will take its fury out on Dorf and
Come on,
Ain.
Troll. Give it your
So
best shot,
let's
Troll.
claw.
It'll be your last.
Do Dorf first.
Well, it won't be his last. I mean, it'll be his second to last.
It's angry, so it's going to spend one of its hate. It doesn't like dwarfs, and and you two hurt it, so it's going to spend a bonus dice by spending a point of hate. That is a success. So it clips your dwarf for 5 damage. So reduce your endurance by 5. So that's your current endurance that you'll induce. And then it attempts to do the same thing on Ain. So claw. Oops. Claw. Choose a target. Bonus dice. It's doing the same. Reduce its hate by there. Click that. Roll.
Oh,
it really doesn't like you, Ain. So that is an extraordinary success. Okay. So starting off, all right.
Yeah.
This is going to do where is it? 6. So this is going to do 17 damage.
Ouch!
Oh my word!
Now,
Ian.
what you can do if you want is you can roll with the damage. You can roll with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm kind of moored about my piercing blow at the moment. There.
Yeah, well, let's sort the damage out because the damage is still 17 is still a significant amount of damage. You can say you want to roll with it, and what that does is it means you lose your next action because effectively he's knocked you for 6.
Yeah.
Right. And you basically landed on your back, and you have to pick yourself up, and effectively picking yourself up and rejigging your sort of like your accoutrement, picking your axe up.
I'm sorry, but this does not sound like Ain Arneson to me.
Well, if
he'll
you do
take
that
damage.
If
he'll
you do
take
that,
the damage.
it reduces the damage you take by half. So you would take 8 points of endurance damage instead of 17.
Nah, that's okay. I'll take that next
You
time.
take the 17, okay? Okay, it means you will be weary.
Right.
And weary is bad because what weary does is on the actual original. These are the original dice from the first edition, but they have
the ones,
1s, 2s, and 3s are sort of like grayed out. It means that if you're weary, you ignore anything.
You ignore those
points.
1,
2s, and 3s.
Okay.
Now,
do I have a weary marker on my? I do. Oh, I'm already weary.
It should automatically do it for you. Cool. Yep. Now, your protection roll, because it happens at the same time, I let you uncheck that weary just temporarily to do the protection roll.
Okay. Of course, because it would have an effect on that as well. Yeah.
Because it would have an effect on the protection roll, which it wouldn't because it's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So again, you can spend hope on it if you want, because the injury rating is 16.
And I can only spend 1 point of hope at a time, right?
You can only spend 1 point of hope at a time. It gives you one bonus dice, but you got four dices. You know, you got a lot of armor.
Yeah. Okay. So I then click the roll dice.
Yep.
16.
And what's the
injury rating?
Is
16.
16. And submit.
Bonus dice 1, because you're spending a point of hope.
Bonus dice 1. Submit again.
Come on,
Cunning armor.
Nice one. Okay, so you didn't take the piercing blow. So you're not wounded. Great. But you did take the 17 damage. You're still a bit. You know, you're a bit. You've got lots of birds spinning around your head, sort of thing. You've been literally knocked the wind out of you.
I'll put my weary back on now.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks. A few vultures circling as well.
Could be. Right. Back round to you guys going again. So who wants to go first? Is Johan rallying again? You're on mute.
Well, he's not doing a very good job of rallying if he's mute, is he?
That's right. No, it's not looking good.
He does it by the art of mime.
Interpretive dance.
Oh, yes.
I am a member of the ABC Interpretive Bandicoot Interpretive Dance Troupe. I accept that. It's an Australian institution. Look, I will indeed rally again because I'm still of the opinion that's the most effective thing I'm doing because it gives us a greater chance of success to the heavy hitters. I'm not actually a heavy hitter. And unfortunately, my ability to protect others is rubbish in comparison to my ability to win.
Isn't great, no.
No. So that's what I'm going to do. Do you want me to roll that now?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Well, battles 2. You got battle 2. It's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not favoured.
No.
And I'm only rolling 2 dice. I don't know. I've been here before. I don't trust it.
Yeah. You always got hope. And it's a skill dice roll, so you can actually
Great
get
success again.
Great success again. Well done. So that is bonus dice for the 2 people in forward. Who wants to go first?
Yeah,
I'll go this time because I might.
Yeah, you got thwacked. So yes, you want a reply.
Yeah.
You
If I don't roll with a
Ju-
blow, I go first.
just because I'm a halfling, you can see me. That means you can skip my turn. Once again, Paul.
One more time.
Oh, no, we didn't skip your turn. That was
No, I got my attack.
No, you did. We
You
didn't
went
skip your
before
turn.
we got beaten.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, you went before.
Okay.
The troll went, beat the two guys, and then we went to
And you
to the
round.
open. Okay. Sorry.
the open people, because he wasn't doing an attack, he was doing an action which affects everyone in the round. So we those people go first, basically. So
Okay.
Otherwise, it's
Okay.
pointless. So, Ain.
Go on in.
I
Show
will
him what,
hit him with my axe.
Give him what.
Okay, go for it.
Swinging back and forth. I will thwack him. I'm in a forward position.
Yep.
I've got +2, and
Yep.
I am determined to knock him down. So not
Oh,
+3.
plus 23.
Yeah,
That's a decent bonus.
there we
Yes,
go.
the
Piercing
piercing blow.
blow.
Come on.
Okay, so because he's got might 2, means he can take 2 wounds before going down.
Right.
So-
Oh, you mean he needs a third one before he goes down?
No. I did check.
So
this.
if he fails, so he's got one.
If he fails
I-
this one, he's going down. I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
Yes.
Go
Yeah.
on in.
That's
Come on.
right.
Number of runes required to slay the foe outright. So if he fails this roll, you got him. So let's see. And he's got no hate left.
Nice.
Because you wanted to hit you last round, which he did hit you. So
I'm
injury
just
rating
seeing
is
here
20.
that it has calculated my weary correctly. That I got an extra 9 points that I'm not using because I'm weary. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, all those dice. You got a 2, a 1, a 3, a 3, a 3. But it was at 10, which made the difference.
Did the job.
Yep.
He
Okay,
has to
so
pass 20. Okay. He has to
I'm
pass
gonna
20
go-
now.
it's injury rating 20
Okay.
because the injury rating is 20. He's also took 7 damage, but
Mm.
bonus dice I have none.
Yes.
Yay.
Fails. Okay, so describe how you take this guy down. He literally slaps you. You knocks you sort of like knocks you
Yeah, no,
back,
so I
quite
think he's
badly.
kind of got me like I'm a big man, he's an even bigger man. I've kind of collapsed into him like a boxer does in
All right, so he's
defensive position.
almost like his claw actually grabbed you,
Yeah.
and literally lifted you up. He lifted you up almost like he was about to bite you.
Yeah. But
and
then
so, like, you raise your great axe.
with I think it's probably an underarm stroke there
Mm.
up into his jaw, and
And literally, there's just an offlowing of black ichor. You're let down onto the ground. You fall down to the ground, and he literally slumps and disappears into the water. And there's just this massive black pool of blood expanding out as the troll sort of.
Can I say,
completely
eat my axe?
expired. I think it found it quite impalatable.
Oh. Roll out those dad jokes now before we finish
Yep.
that one.
damn, I should have said kiss my axe. That would have
I
been
was going to
better.
say Bruce is trying to give you direction from stage left here, but you missed it. Never mind.
So I'm looking at the battle board. Sorry, Bruce. You're right. Yeah, I should have said that.
It's true. I was in that Conan game. He did use those words.
Excellent. Right, I'm just going to make sure while the dust settles, I'm going to make sure that this gem is still safely tucked away in this in the box that I found. And make
Yes,
sure
yeah,
that,
it's still there.
I'll conceal it in. I'll just shove it down the front of me jerkin, down the front of me mail, shirt as well and look suspiciously around at Ilva, just to make sure that she's not managing to pilfer it somehow.
Okay.
I'll do that first, and then I'll
you shove it down. You've got like a box side sort of.
Oh yes,
shape.
it's totally obvious.
It's like about that side. Like, look.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Why are you looking at me like that, Dorf? Why?
I just didn't want to accidentally hit you with me Matic or stand on you in the combat. Don't worry.
Okay, you're looking suspicious.
I'm a dwarf. I look suspiciously at everyone.
Okay, should I roll anything about this gem, or just keeping it as it goes?
No, it's just the one roll.
Okay.
Obviously, the shadow is there, basically illustrating you having sort of covetous thoughts about it, and they weigh on your mind, which is what the shadow sort of value is meant to represent. If your shadow total ever goes equal to or over your hope score, you become miserable.
I was going to say that might be quite easier to go above my heart rating.
It's above your hope rating.
No, I know. I'm glad. Thank you.
Current hope or
current hope.
total?
Current hope. The sheet will automatically deal with it, so it will automatically put it into miserable. And what miserable means basically is if you roll an Eye of Sauron on any of your rolls, that's an automatic failure.
Okay.
As opposed to just one.
As opposed to zero.
Zero.
Normally an Eye of Sauron counts as zero.
Zero. Right, yeah.
But if you're miserable and you have an Eye of Sauron, that counts as a
absolute failure.
Absolute failure, yeah.
An anti-Gandalf.
It becomes the anti-Gandalf when you're miserable because you're just like, I can't be arsed. Basically.
I have a blessing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on, Mohammed. No, you first.
Thank you. I have a blessing called Shadow Sight, Inspire and Corruption Test for blighted
places.
Oh, this was not blighted. Okay.
Let me just blighted places favored on awareness or hunting versus serve as a shadow. No, it wasn't a place. It was an item, so it's slightly different. I mean, it means that if you were going through deepest, darkest Mirkwood, you'd have bonuses on rolls on corruption there, basically, which means that if you spend a point of hope, you get two dice instead of one.
And hunting evil of
hunting things of darkness, but things of shadow. So you're good at basically spotting them or tracking them, basically. Yeah. Cool. Right. So you you have defeated the troll. What do you want to do?
Eat. Wasn't somebody cooking?
The dwarves were cooking, weren't they? The missing. Well, actually, we need to. There's two missing dwarfs that we need to try and find. And did they leave it? Did they leave a note? Not leave a note in the box. Was there a note, or was it just a gem?
It was a gem and a letter. What looked like oh god, what they're called? It's a illuminated parchment. So in other words, it's like beautifully inscribed. You roll it out a little bit, and it's a letter from King Dane to the Lord of the Eagles, basically.
Yes, there was. I'll obviously not make any mention of any gem. What gem? No, surely there was a letter. Yes, there was no gem. Ilva and I discovered a letter that Gloin's cousin and Balin.
That
right?
Balin and
Balin
Oin.
Oin were presumably delivering to the Eagles, but obviously we still haven't found the dwarves themselves. And
As a player
after
here,
Ian's finished eating,
I'm looking as sad as Paul looks because the shadow on you. Anyway, right, as a character, I'm entirely
I only got
oblivious.
one shadow. Ilva got 3, so you know.
The shadow you're going to get for nicking that coin, though.
No. There was obviously a gift that the dwarves were taking to the Lord of the Eagles, along with the letter. But you don't need to see it. It's just some little dusty gem thing.
Right. And you're keeping it safe on behalf of all dwarf kind.
I mean, you can see obviously it's quite safe here. Nobody's going to go and
Good.
try and take it from this fine dwarf.
So
are you right? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
Go. No.
please.
Well, I was just going to say we found footprints around where they launched the boat, and no sign of violence. But my suggestion was we should jump into our boat and sort of paddle out to see if we can find them, because they've obviously left the island.
I recall seeing something on the other side of the river. I looked through.
It was a way away. It was a number of you could see it was the river sort of slowly dips down, and in the far distance you could see potentially some ruins, or possibly some sort of a structure in amongst some mangrove type weeping willow trees.
Oh, not those
in
dirty
Mirkwood. That kind of well. Anyway,
grave. Then those, what were they again? I've forgotten the
the gallows weed or
gallows
something.
weed.
Gallows weed,
yes.
Beware the gallows weed, obviously.
Yes.
Just
to remind you, if you go south in the marshes, take heed, tread lightly, and fear the gallows weed.
Exactly.
That
push
from
the tall person
branches.
first, though.
Yeah, the hang from branches, basically.
Yeah, Ian can go first. Around the gallows weed. I was sure that they definitely left this.
It does appear so. Yes.
Shore. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
There's no sign of a boat.
Right. And the tracks basically stop.
And it looked like they'd pushed
the
boat.
They pushed the boat out.
The tracks looked like they'd actually pushed the boat in, and it didn't look like there was any scrabbling
or anything.
It was quite, dumpty-dum push.
But they left their food.
Left all the food.
So they obviously were.
They left the thing that they were delivering to the King of the Eagles.
On behalf of the King of the Dwarves.
On behalf of the King of the Dwarves.
Which is now safe.
Thank God.
Safe from
anyone. It feels a little bit like they were tempted away.
I was going to say,
they forget their duty like that. Makes me wonder whether there was some magical call to them.
Maybe they were
leaving that unattended, although it was concealed, obviously with dwarven runes, so possibly it might have been more safe than we think.
You could imagine somebody them doing that before they went to sleep, perhaps.
And gems, not just gold, and gems. Yeah, I think that's an important side note. And gems.
And gems.
Can I make a law roll? Because I'm the scholar, if I remember correctly. Okay. Yes, Lure of Secrets. Yep, scholar. I'm wondering whether I've heard any rumors of sort of siren-like things in the marsh.
Okay.
Let's
see if you have.
It seems like.
Are you spending hope? If you spend hope, you will be inspired on it because you rhymed with law.
Yeah, I am spending hope, which gives me 4 dice. Yes, great success.
Ooh, okay.
And again as well. Nice, double nice. and I'll burn another hope point. Burning out that hope.
You've heard there is certain things that act like that. You have heard again the route south through the way you're going isn't often travelled. Most people basically go down by the portage from the stairs of Gideon, and then go down maybe like 90 miles to a docks, and then cut across the open sort of land, missing the long marshes, and then basically going to the crossing at Selderwin, where they basically go in again on the river and then head off to a Dwinion.
Yeah.
So this place isn't quite often passed, but so there's nobody in this. The fact that nobody has had any stories about this place speaks volumes, so to speak, because if anybody has gone this way, they haven't come back, and people have disappeared.
Right. So I might know about people disappearing, though.
Yes, people have disappeared in this sort of area. Whether they went into the marshes, or they went the normal way, not sure. But you have heard of disappearances, and there are sort of legends of things, items, creatures that can entice people for definite.
All right. Well, look, I don't know about the rest of you, but I think we need to go and rescue the dwarves quite quickly, because they could be being eaten by giant trolls who can play, subtle music. I know it's a surprising skill, but I'm just putting it out there.
Trolls playing subtle music. I've never heard of such tittle-tattle hogwash, but yes, we do need to go and try and find the two dwarves. So yes.
Do we think that by those ruins I saw?
Possibly that's maybe like half a day's travel, and it's night time. Are you resting, or are you pushing on?
I am inclined to think that we none of us have great night sight, do we? It's not like we're playing D&D. Or does the dwarf see in the dark?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I think we should rest. Nobody's going to eat a dwarf in the middle of the night. It will upset their stamina.
So you spend the night using the dwarfs' camp. I'm moving on for a little bit of expedience and time. You all get a great rest. Long rest, which effectively, because nobody is wounded.
No, nobody is wounded.
It means you get all your endurance back. Endurance, not hope. So your hope doesn't change, but your endurance goes. But your current endurance goes back up to its maximum.
Excellent.
Is there anything we can do, like sing a rousing song to get any hope back or anything?
No. Hope is.
Hope is for councils.
That is one thing, guys. You had a pool of 4 last session. You only used 3 of it, so you have 1 point. So you can give 1 point to one of the characters, and they get an increase of hope by 1. Totally
Who's
forgot
got,
about that.
say, more than 3 points of hope?
I think we've all got more than 3 points of hope.
Well, I haven't got more than 3 points of hope.
How much hope have you spent?
I spent quite a lot of hope.
I was going to say, how much did you start with? I suppose is another.
I started with it at 11. I'm down to 3.
All right, okay.
So I think that would be fair enough to say that was your point of hope.
Yeah.
There's 4 points in the pool. There's 4 points in the group pool. If you spend a point in combat, you become favoured for a combat skill. That's just your patron's ability, standard patron ability. In fact, sorry, you got 5 in the pool because you're followers of Glowing now. Sorry, my bad, because you're working for Glowing. During any rest, people can take from that 5 points, because you get 5 points at the beginning of the session. You can take from that 5 points if you wish.
Right, so we're saying actually that we used 3 points. I've just taken
No,
one
no,
of
no.
those.
3 points was last session. You get 5 points each session.
Oh, each session.
Yeah, session.
Okay, right.
Used
Well,
to be an adventure. It's now a session.
how many points have you guys got then?
10.
So you've got 4 now,
Yeah.
Matt, which I think is fair enough. There's 5 left. You can take from that if you wish, or you can leave it in for combat basically.
And if you take as the young man whose name I can't remember, Johan, was saying, "Oh, I'll stay in the back and just cheer you on because I'm not favoured in my skill." If he'd used a point of patron hope, he would also have been favoured in whatever skill.
It would be favoured in combat rolls. That's not. So it's combat skill rolls basically.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah, but he said he's not. He hasn't got a favour in any of his combat skill rolls. Yeah. Gotcha.
Well, nobody's favoured in combat skills.
Yeah, no
right.
You can't get it. The only way you can get it is through patron abilities.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you wake up in the morning.
Can we give Ain all of the hope? Does anyone have
no, because the next battle, it's more advantageous to draw, rather than me use my own hope pool. If I'd drawn on the team hope pool, I'd have been rolling an extra D12.
No, you restock your hope with the hope pool. That's how it works.
You can restock it with the hope pool, or you can spend it during combat to get favoured on a roll.
You see?
In combat,
it's instead of getting the extra D6.
It's Balin's patron patron ability. It's one of the patron abilities, and I'm just basically substituting Balin for Gloin. So Gloin has the same ability as Balin, and which it does. You spend a fellowship point to make combat rolls favoured.
Okay.
That's what Balin gives. So I'm just basically.
So we'll leave the other 4 points there for.
So other 5 points.
But I've just taken a point.
That was from last session.
Oh, right.
There's 1 point left over from last session.
Oh, they roll over as well.
Well, they don't. You just use them up at the end of the session. And I didn't give you the chance to use it up at the end of last session.
Right.
So something I forgot. Okay, so
I might take another point then, so that we've.
Okay, so we're down to 4, and you're back up to 5. Right. Okay. So you start. You pack up, get into your boats, and start heading south. So can I have Dorf? Can I have a travel roll, please?
Oh, you can.
I think Aim was the hunter.
Yeah.
I was doing scans.
Aim was the
scout.
scanner. Ilva is the scout, and Johan is the hunter.
Yep.
Okay, so Dorf, pretty good roll. You basically work a pretty good way through the through the marshland. As you start heading down south, you can start seeing what looks like vestiges of like the start of vestiges of a town, large-ish town, or at least the outskirts, like it's possibly a small village. You're seeing like broken down stone walls, lonely pillars, small occasional marsh arches. And can I have a scan roll from the lookout, please, which is Aim?
Okay, I will roll my scan. Has that worked? Oh, hold on, I'm not looking at the thing. I'm not gonna spend any hope on this, and so I submit.
Woof.
I get a success.
Great success. Okay, so it's getting near the end of the sort of early evening of the day as you're traveling in. You're quite into the into this ruins of this town, and you're slowly picking your way through it, trying to look for signs and signs. you can see basically as you go through a particular section, you spot a prow sticking out, a wooden, what you reckon is a prow of a boat sticking out of the mud. The rest of it is out of view underneath the water.
Is it so? Two things spring to mind. Is it a new, fresh, carved?
Yes,
It's
which
not
is
been
what
here
brought
for ages.
what brought you to your eyes, basically.
And is it carved in the
It's
dwarven
carved
manner?
with a what looks like a dragon head. So it's a Lakeman
I like
boat, but most people use a lake. Most people on the Long Lake use Lakeman boats. 'Cause they're
How
the best.
close is it to shore?
It's up against. It looks like in a mud bank. You could make your way there. You could divert that way.
We should stay clear of the mud, should we not, Dwarf? Is there a landing place nearby with
You reckon you could, with Dorf's basically directions and his amazing sort of, his amazing path making skills. He reckons he can pick a way to it if you point it out to him, basically.
Dwarf? I was wondering whether we could find firm land, attach a rope to this, stand on the firm land, and pull this boat out of the mud.
There is a section of wall that you can basically stand upon.
See that section of wall there? That's what I was thinking of.
All right. I'm sure we could. Yes. Yes.
Do we have a length of rope to do that with?
I was going to say, do I have any rope?
Always carry a rope.
Yeah, you have rope. Yes.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Okay. So you go up, attach a length of rope to the prow. Can I have a scan roll? Let me see if you scan. Yeah, no, we got one. As you approach, Ain, rather than making you roll again, because you rolled rather well, you can see that it's only sunk a few deep in marshy water. It's abutting a mud bank, but it's just sunk. You can see it looks like the side of the boat has been punctured,
staved in,
and there's claw marks on the not big meaty troll like claw hands, but human-ish sized claw marks.
Curious. So the boat is sunk, and we can see in the boat. We can see the sides of the boat.
Yeah,
and there's nothing. There's no body of a dwarf in there that we need to worry about.
There's no body of the dwarfs in there at all.
Can we?
So, on the mud hereabouts, can we see if anybody's escaped?
I was going to say we're going to have to search further afield. Really.
Could you give me a hunting roll? That would be from Johan.
Yeah.
Have a hunting roll, please.
Yep. Just getting it up. Okay. I'm just gonna. Are we looking? This is I'm gonna spend a hope. I'm just gonna go through hope like a.
Okay.
Water.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. A 3, a 3, and a 1. Again, obviously, you can see that there is just like the whole surrounding is quite muddy. There is like lots of weird footprints, and there's just a bit of a mess. So you can't really get a handle on exactly what has happened here. It's quite confusing.
Would I don't suppose an awareness roll roll would be of any benefit? Just to check
Can I
out-
have
to
Ilva?
check out the surroundings?
Can I have Ilva making an explore roll, please?
Explore. Okay.
Just so everyone gets to do something.
Okay.
As you have a little look round, you all look around, so to speak. Remember, if you want, you can spend the point of hope to aid Ilva, and if ever you want to do that, you can give that's for anybody's roll. Basically, you can spend a point of hope and give them a bonus of +1. But just saying.
Yeah. Okay. A success.
You succeed. Okay, so it's quite messy, quite close. But when you start working your way out, you do spot looks like there's a what looks like a path, and there's a raised sort of what looks like a bit of cobbled like a cobbled path that leads goes deep onto the water, and then a little bit after a little bit later on it becomes visible again, slowly working its way down south, further south, basically more towards the if you look on the map, more towards this sort of junction where the junction of the old forest road basically it
Want to
is.
show us the map?
I will,
Down there. All right.
So here, yeah, oh yeah, it did work. So there, right at the juncture of that particular place. So if I continue my amazing freehand drawing, you're sort of nearly there, basically.
All right. So hold on. So this path is on one side of the river. Can we see it on the other side?
It's picking its way in the river. The river is almost like a delta. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's very spread out. There is marsh bits, and the river picks up, and then there's other marsh banks. There's moving islands. There's sections of ruined wall. There's buildings. There's like strange spires with like broken down with broken down birds on the top, and then beyond that you can see basically just reveal this particular thing.
I don't like the sound of the thing.
Move you onto that one. So
that always sounds dangerous.
So hopefully, if I ping, wrong thing. There we go. So what you see is as you slowly pick your way through, again, I'm sorry, I'm expediting a little bit. As you slowly pick your way through, you see a large pool with an island in the center of it. On the top of the island, there is what looks like a tower, and in the top of the tower, there is a bell. When you look upon the bell, it starts to ring. Can I have wisdom rolls from everyone, please?
I will spend the hope, of course.
Okay.
Yes, I think I'll be spending a point of hope on that.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Why can't I see wisdom?
Wisdom is on the top.
Oh, right.
On the
Yeah,
top
so it's
right.
just the one dice. Right, yeah.
Yes, everyone gets one dice, unfortunately. So you can spend hope if you wish.
You know what? I might do that.
Oh, what a way. Oh, my God, Dwarf.
Great success. Go on. Somebody's still with it. Hopefully.
Oh, no.
I'm just gutted that Johan missed it by one.
Oh.
Not as gutted as me.
Well,
Same also.
okay,
I missed it by
so
one.
as the bell starts
So-
to
So
ring,
hold on. How come Johan failed with 16, a 7 and a 9, and Dorf succeeded with a 7 and a 9?
It's based
because
on your-
Dorf had a target number of 15.
Ah,
Wits,
right,
isn't it?
gotcha.
Different people, depending on your statistic, basically, what it's based off your, I think, wits. Yes, it's based off your wits.
Yeah.
So the wits is the target number that you basically have. Now, Johan had a target number of 17 for his wits because he's
Right.
obviously not as quick-witted
Okay.
as Dorf. I think most people have got. Yeah.
My target number is 17 as well. So
Your target number is.
for wits is 17.
Oh yeah, 17. So he needs to get 17. The other two people have got a target number of 15.
Yeah.
So,
But I
it's
didn't
just,
miss mine by
depending on-
just one. I missed mine by
By
12.
yes, but you didn't roll an Eye of Sauron, so it's not a terrible success. So Dorf, as you basically start hearing the musical bell ringing, it's sort of calling to you, and you're sort of almost lost in the chiming music. You manage to shake yourself and become and gather your wits, and as you do that, you see Ilva, Johan, and Ain disappear underwater as they literally were walking into the water and submerged themselves underwater. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and grab. Well, I guess
They are like about 40 foot in front of you. They have got out of the boat and literally they've
what are you
walked.
doing, you fools?
They've walked. Obviously, you were enthralled for what you thought was a moment, but it was a little bit
long
longer.
enough for
But you
them to
managed
get
to.
way ahead.
Yes.
Right. Oh, what are you doing? It's a trap! Shout in my best Admiral Akbar voice, which is really bad. Can I see further ahead where the bell is? Is there anything or
You can see
anyone?
you can see the bell way high up in the sort of in the pillar of stone.
Yeah.
And you can see them literally. They got about 10 foot away from the island, and they literally, as they did, they slowly submerged underneath the water.
Right. Can I quickly make me way around the edge of the pool till I can get somewhere close by to where I last saw them before they were fully submerged?
That's without a problem. You managed to basically push the pole the boat to basically, you can see the on the picture the section of stones on the left hand side. I can actually ping it, can I? And it will appear there. So that section of stone there.
Right. And can I see?
You can hop out and you can basically see the water's quite dark, but you can see it goes gradually down, and then you lose. It loses visibility basically. You cannot see your friends anymore.
No. Dilemma.
They have gone underneath the water. What are you doing? They might be drowning.
Jump in.
Save the right one.
Oh God, I've got my armor on as well, haven't I? I'm gonna jump in after them.
Okay, you jump in and start wading down. As you get to your sort of like beard, what do you do? You're still like a distance away. You're gonna have to basically hold your breath and try to get underneath.
Go on, try and swim to them.
In
full armor, carrying a massive
you literally
mattock.
less swim, more wade underwater, holding your breath. You can see some sort of. It's very dark here. You can just see up ahead that there is some sort of opening underwater. You head for that, and just as your lungs were almost giving out, you burst out into an underground chamber. Just bear with me a second. I will show you. You are here. So it is a looks like a flooded underground chamber. It is dark in here. You can see the three forms of your friends. They're sort of flomped out on the floor, literally in front of the steps, sort of here. You've literally just come from this sort of watery area here. You can see that there is an opening sort of up ahead. They are, well, they're not moving. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go up to Ilva.
Yep.
And try and basically give them a bit of a shake. Try and
Ilva, you come round.
Slap on the face and.
Yeah. I found a shortcut.
All right, I'll go. While I'm asking what happened, why did you leap off the boat, you daft hobbit? And I'm going to go over to Ain while I'm shouting at him and try and rouse Ain as well.
Again, Ain comes round.
And then Johan.
And Johan comes round as well.
Where are we?
I'll get you drinking.
We were in the boat, weren't we?
Hang on.
Did I fall asleep?
You were, but then you just decided to jump out of the boat into the water.
No, I didn't.
Did you hear you did, all three of you.
No, I didn't.
Did you hear the bell? The
bell. We saw there was a bell ringing. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then you three just decided to jump in the water. And we are now possibly under the with the bell on it. I reckon. So I think we need to figure out what's going on with this bell. Who does it belong to, and why is it enticing people to here?
And also, has it enticed your dwarven cousins here?
Well, it quite possibly could have, yes.
We must rescue them. I stand up. Am I soaked through to the skin?
You're quite wet. Luckily, you were all clever enough to basically keep your backpacks closed, and you do have dry kindling and torches, because obviously you do that for if you're going to get wet. And you weren't weren't soaked underwater that long, so you do have torches that you could light if you wish.
And it's dark down here.
It's dark down here. There's a little bit of weird light coming from the water, giving you a little bit of. You can see as much as you can see, but it's still very, very dark here.
Right, let's light torches.
I was going to say light some torches, and because we don't want to
be. You light some torches. They gutter into light after a few damp starts.
And we came out of here, did we?
You came out of that water. That is literally like flush with water, and there's some steps going up, which you can see basically.
Yes, down here.
There.
Yeah. Well,
there is
now
an
that I've lit
opening
the
up
torch,
ahead of you.
Let's go through that opening.
Okay, you slowly head towards the opening. As you step through, it opens up and illuminates a large sort of. You can't really see beyond that sort of area, but it illuminates a large rubble-filled sort of chamber. It looks well built. Dwarf definitely notices this. He can
Is it
see.
dwarven dwarf?
Well, it could be dwarven construction. The side of the walls aren't earth or stone. They're actually tiled in large sections of stone that have been obviously effectively tiled, but it's more like walled off. So there's walled off sections of quite well crafted stone. There's a underlying rotten smell in here. Something doesn't smell great, and you can see that there's a number of passageways onwards, and the chamber continues.
Just go straight ahead, I think.
Scout. If we stand here, we can see these entrances. My inclination, like all my folk, the Bjorning, is to stride forward in this direction. But I have learned wisdom from you, my fellows. Do you think there are any creatures here or here waiting to ambush us?
Do you want me to scout? You guys are loud. Maybe I can check it for you.
Yeah, something of those. Something
Okay.
like that, yes.
Give me a stealth roll then, as you nip out, and I will see how well you roll. Woof. Okay, so Ilva slips right, and then slowly skirts round, and you sort of lose her in the gloom. Because you've got a little bit of torchlight, but it's still quite gloomy. She slowly circumvents the room, and I will draw the rest of the room. So what you can see, Ilva, up here, it is again, there is another passageway off over here. Here, this particular place here, there is a bell rope, or looks like a rope hanging down. And as you look up, you can see the light of the now darkening night sky, or darkening-ish, and a bell. Here you can see there is stairs going down, and you can actually see that there's a door at the end of it. Oops,
here.
That's the wrong. Yes, I am just trying to reveal the area. There you go. There's a stairs going down and a door. The other passageways just seem to go down a little bit, but you didn't see anything further, basically.
Yeah, I'll return back and to tell them this information. But I'll probably resist the temptation of ringing the bell.
Probably a good idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, of course, the natural inclination of daylight-loving creatures such as the Bjornings is to find stairs that lead up. But I wouldn't be surprised, Dorf, if your cousins sought safety by going down those stairs.
It's a possibility. Obviously, dwarves, seek solace in the heart of the earth. So possibly.
Let's head down in that direction then.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get out my mattock at the
Okay.
ready, and I will.
You slowly make your way across to the stairs. Again, your footfalls echo a little bit in this place. There is rubble on the floor. There is an oppressive gloom, and again the smell is quite oppressive as you get further into the large chamber. There is a quite impressive oak door at the beneath at the end of the stairs. You can see that is firmly shut.
Can I?
Melon.
Sorry. Nice. So noting there's rubble and debris on the floor, and noting that dwarves wear boots.
Yes.
Which is, it doesn't look like people have.
No.
No. I'd like to make a hunting roll to see if I can ascertain which way the dwarf.
Give us a hunting roll.
Our dwarves actually went, if that's okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely okay.
And I will spend a hope point on that.
Cool.
Thus continuing my exhaustion of hope. Oh, come on. Seriously.
Dice don't like you tonight.
They do not. Okay, all right. There you go.
Missed by one.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be told that.
Sorry.
Very sad number. All right.
Again, it's very confusing. You do notice like hobnail boot prints, but you don't really. But there's other prints over it.
Yeah.
The scuffing them all up, so it's very confusing. You can't really get a clear track.
Yeah, I would have thought Ilva's footfalls were light, but somehow there's all these footfalls scattered everywhere.
Well, they definitely weren't Ilva's footprints, because Ilva is basically barefoot. These are barefoot, but they're clawed, which Ilva manicures very well and keeps her toenails not sharp and talon-like, unlike some of the things that you are picking up.
Doorway.
Open the door. Make your way to the door. The door is firmly closed and oak.
There is a keyhole or something that we can sneak.
There is no keyhole. It looks like a ring pull door.
Just pull it. Go on.
After you, Ain. We are the Ain group, right? Go ahead.
Hafting my.
It's a push basically. Obviously the pull is to pull it shut, but it's a push.
Push it open. Okay, axe in hand. I am going to exert my great strength and push it.
Okay, can I have a athletics roll?
I'm not going to hope on this one.
Okay.
I open the door.
Well, what happens is you lever into it. You can hear it give ever so little. You hear it. Oh fuck! Quick! The back! And like the door slams shut again.
But they were talking English.
I was going to say
they were talking.
They were talking
something that you'd understand. Yes.
Yeah.
And with a slightly dwarvish accent.
Quite possibly. They got like that non-Scottish accent that dwarves do not have Scottish accents.
Owen.
Hello.
I accompany your cousin here to rescue you.
What? Who's there?
I am Ain of Arneson's company, and your cousin has led me here to rescue you.
Oh, fuck for that. The door opens, and you can see two famous dwarfs, Oin and Balin. They both look bad in a bad way. They're looking. I've got any water? Are them things? There's things down here. Have you seen the things?
Oh, not yet.
No, we don't like things.
No. What kind of things?
Awareness roll from who is the? Let me just quickly check. Go back to that. So that would be. Oh, actually, it's an awareness roll from anybody who wants. Anybody who wishes to make an awareness roll can make awareness rolls.
Right. Okay.
Please check your character sheets for awareness. That won't be me.
Okay. Hang on.
I'm going to spend a point of hope as well.
Whoa! Automatic success.
Before you spend the point of hope, Dorf. Oh, well, you succeeded anyway.
Oh no.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right.
Whoa! We're both so aware. My dwarf
Okay,
chap.
so as you talk to both
2 seconds.
Oin and Gloin, they ask for water. They're looking pretty dehydrated and in extremely bad way.
I give them some.
The people behind turn and look, and over in this sort of area, you get the pinger, and this sort of area, you can see lights. 2 points of lights, 4 points of lights, 6 points of lights. As
The things are back.
as things slowly appear out of the reveal.
Why in every dwarven ruins there is something here to kill you, dwarf?
As things
Don't worry, I'll make
crawl
this smaller.
crawl
There
out
we
of
go.
the
Easily beatable.
Just stand on
crawl
him.
out of the darkness and make their way towards you. Okay, so what are you trying to do?
Protect the 2 dwarves, and
No, well,
There is there is
a good idea. Hiding behind
there
the
is a-
door.
lot of them.
all right.
You reckon you could basically fight your way out? Again, I'm just trying to be.
You're just trying to finish in
expedited
15 minutes,
time.
aren't you?
Yeah, just
Yes.
trying to finish in 15 minutes. So
Yes.
you reckon you could basically, because there's more at the top here than there is down the bottom here. So you could basically
I was
do a
gonna say,
fighting
can we
retreat with your dwarfs, basically
drag the
towards
2 dwarves back to the pool and out the way we came in
Okay,
as
so,
quick as possible.
what we will do is we will drag you onto here. So Ain, Dwarf, Silver, and Johan. We have a number of marsh dwellers, as they are called. There is more coming, and then there's more, and there's more, and there's more. You can just see loads and loads more of these things as you. What stances are people going into?
I will take a defensive stance and protect the others.
Okay.
Yeah, rearward.
You can't go rearward in this
Rearward.
particular instance. For at least 2 rounds that it will take you to get to the flooded chamber, to back to the flooded chamber. As soon as you get to the flooded chamber, you can get there. Dorf, because you were the one more compos mentis, you do remember that there was a door in that room that you could block up the hole. So if you get to that flooded chamber and put the door up, you should be okay. Obviously.
All right.
So you know what I mean? It'll be a fighting withdrawal to that, basically. So what does Ilva, where are you going? Open? Defensive or forward?
No, probably not forward. So
just so you know, there is a limit. If you're outnumbered, it stops you going into rearward. Basically, it just means that people, your companions, can't stop the mass of creatures getting at you.
Okay, so probably, go defensive also.
Defensive, okay, yep. So just move my thing to defensive. Dorf, what are you doing? Open or defensive or?
Sorry,
Defensive.
Okay, so you are all going defensive. The dwarfs are basically amongst you. They're not going to take any part in this combat. They are buggered. If you guys go down, they will go down as well. So it just depends on So you each get to swing. Obviously, being at defensive, you're at -1 dice, but the creatures are at -1 dice to attack you as well. So it's swings and roundabouts.
Right, I'm not going to swing. I'm going to do protect companion.
Protect companion. Okay, so that's a battle roll, if I remember correctly.
It is a battle
Or is
roll.
Yeah.
It is.
So you use the battle skill, and give me a roll.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm not favored. I'm going to pull a group hope from this one to give myself favored status.
It says combat rolls. Yeah. I'll allow that.
Okay.
So you're down to 3 in your pool, Hope.
And
who are you protecting?
I'm protecting the dwarf because he, of course, is guiding the other dwarves.
Okay.
So Dwarf the dwarf is who I'm protecting.
Dwarf the dwarf.
I'm not going to
dice that should be -1. So if you type in -1 because you're in defensive. Yep.
No, it's not
minus character sheet.
No, it's not -1. That's -1 for attack rolls. It's not -1.
Oh gosh, yes, my bad. Completely. Sorry, that's 0. Yes, sorry. Yeah. I was getting confused. My bad.
Oh, that'll do.
That's a feat success.
Nice.
They will get an additional
-1 dice.
-1 dice to attack dwarfs. That'll be at -2 to get dwarf.
Thank you very much, Ian. It's good being part of Ian's company.
Yep, the Arneson's company.
Arneson's company. Sorry, yes.
Who wants to go next?
So I'd like to do protect companion as well. Are they likely to attack? Are we ruling the dwarves as?
We're ruling the dwarves out.
Right. Okay. So
just for expedience.
I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that the Hobbit does not wear a lot of armor.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a guess.
That is a correct guess.
It's a protect guess. I thought it might be. I'm going to protect the Hobbit because I think they're a soft and sort of
squidgy,
chewable target.
Yeah. So I'll do the same thing. I'll do a battle skill roll. I will spend a hope of my own.
Okay, not a party.
No, I'm not going for the favored roll. I'm looking for more successes.
Okay.
Battle skill. Yep, script and 1. Boom. Submit. I cannot.
Yeah, mate, Thomas, you're not
well,
doing
you missed
well
my
with
this
dice
time.
rolls
It's
today,
not as bad.
It's not as bad because it doesn't have a negative effect. It just means I'm not giving you a bonus.
You didn't do anything this round, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so who wants to go next? Ilva or Dorf?
Go ahead, Dorf.
Yeah, go on then. Well, I'm going to attack something.
Okay.
I'm going to attack something. Although, well, are we just basically surviving long enough to retreat?
So you need to basically. There are a number that you might need to basically help get out of your way.
Right.
But yes, give me a roll.
Matlick. Oh, hang on. If I target anyone in particular, I'll just.
Yeah, you can target anyone. They should all. It should all work.
Hang on. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. And I'm at -1. Is that right? But then I'm getting a +1 from.
No. You just get it's just -1.
Just -1.
They're +1 to basically not be hit. Basically.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, I'll spend a point of hope then, so I'm at 0.
Okay. One thing you did notice, Ain, who got the?
What's it? I haven't clicked on one of the.
So both Dorf and Ain do notice that they're shying away from your torches.
Oh, all right. That might be handy for next round. Hang on. I've pressed. Hang on. I've gone the wrong way, and I haven't. There you go. Selected. Oh. Hang on. Am I clicking on the right? Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong target. Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
It's all right.
Oh. Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong with this. Sorry, 1 second. Right, click on the
It's all right.
target. Click on the one ring. Click on him. Ah, there we go.
Wow. Okay, so that's a great success. So you could potentially, it's a mattock, so that would be additional of your strength damage. So what's your strength?
Strength is
5, so it's
5,
12.
yes.
You literally lop the head off that marsh dweller as it basically falls beneath your mighty mattock swing.
Nice.
Have some of that, as they
Have
say.
some of that. And another 2 take its place, but not able to act this round, so to speak.
Oh dear, oh joy. Right.
Yeah, there is lots of these things, and you can see more and more as you slowly. You're like halfway down the chamber now, and you can see more piling, almost like a river of these sort of like creatures piling out.
They don't like the light, by the way.
Okay.
I've noticed if anybody has another torch.
Sure. Do I change the combat stance in the character sheet, or that's already calculated in
yes, change your combat stance on your character sheet to defensive.
Okay, good.
Yeah, something I forgot to let you guys know. Sorry.
Okay.
What?
Can I use the torch to lighten one of my arrows and shoot it, or arrows cannot be used?
You can't shoot a bow at the moment. They're literally right in your face.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in defensive. You could swing using the torch though if you wanted to. Again, it would use your sword skill. So what I can do is I can put torch there quickly. There you go. I have created a torch weapon on your character sheet.
Yeah, thank you.
Which you can use.
Yeah, I will use it.
You want to basically swing with your torch because I don't think you haven't got a sword, unfortunately, but you have got a torch.
I don't have a sword. Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, you've got the sword skill, but no torch.
A -1.
Swords take up weight, and you don't really want to be carrying too much.
Yeah. And I will use hope, so no bonus dice this round.
Yep.
It will become to 0. Yeah.
It shies away literally as you swing in. It's so it definitely does seem to be having a negative effect on them, which it definitely does. Okay, so that's all of you guys. These basically charge in and swarm in and try to get you. There is 7 of them. Dorf killed 1, so there's 2 going for all of you apart from Dorf, who only gets 1. So they are going to bite. Let's do Elva. Bonus dice -2.
Bless you.
Submit. That fails. And then we'll do another bite against Ilva. Oops, another bite.
Yeah. Dwarves taste better. Dwarves taste better.
Dwarves taste better.
No, we don't. We're all mithril and fat. And
that misses as well. So then they try to bite Ain Arneson. Oops. -1. Oh, Ain, the dice do not like you. Okay, so that is a total of 6 endurance damage as that one basically manages to clip you.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm good. Just about took my rest though. Down to 22.
And again, -1. Fails. You've got Gandalf, which is bad for them. So there's a few bites going in. So against Dwarf.
Remember that -2 against
protected.
Dwarf.
Yeah, -2 against Dwarf, but only one.
Bad luck, mate.
Oh, got an Eye of Sauron. Sorry.
Ooh.
So Dwarf, that is 3 points of damage, and you need to make a protection roll.
All right. Right, hang on. Protection. I've got 5.
The difficulty is 14. So you got 5d6 plus a d12. Do you want to spend hope?
All right. Yes.
Okay. I suppose you could roll really low.
Yeah. Right, hang on. So yes. So 14. Click submit, and then all right. Okay. So bonus. Yeah. Might as well.
You got an extraordinary success. You got a total of 33. Bit OTT there, really.
Slightly, yes. Okay. Maybe slightly unnecessary hope point.
Slightly unnecessary hope spend. That which is what I was alluding to, but you know. So against that fails against Johan, and then Johan again. -1 and fails. Okay, so Johan, you missed twice, and you've got basically it's your guys again. So what does everyone want to do? Are people doing protection again?
Yeah.
I'm not wasting. I'm defensive, but I'm not going to waste my time protecting the dwarf if he keeps getting hit like that. Putting himself in the way of the blade.
It was a bit an unlucky roll.
A mere flesh wound.
So, Johan, give me a roll then, please.
I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to
protect give us a roll. Are you protecting the Hobbit?
Yeah.
Elva, yep.
Thank you.
Rolling battle skill. And look, guys, unfortunately, I am going to actually literally have to bounce now. So I'll do this. Just NPC me.
So you have to go to work.
You've got work.
Yeah, I actually literally have to join a call in 1 minute, so I'm going to go.
Oh, okay. Well, I will take that opportunity to say it was a round of combat. We'll basically say that you managed to make to the open flooded chamber, put up a door, which again, lots of scrabbling claws around it, and managed to basically shut it through Ain's mighty strength, Dwarf's ingenuity, and everyone's aid, and succeed in escaping from the marsh dwellers' grips. Congratulations! It's a good way to round off, basically. Ran out of time a little bit, but yeah.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Go and do some work now, you lazy bugger.
Yeah, indeed. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
And I guess we should say thank you to all our listeners as well, and thank you to our lore master Paul. That was great.
Indeed, thank you very much.
Little explanation at the end, but you know, still good fun.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely. Nice game. Well GM'd.
And thank you for the comments.
Yes.
As well.
Thank you for the comments, people.
Listening audience.
Yes.
Indeed, which is mainly Bruce goading us on.
And Bobby.
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 Yeah.
Yep.